There's the flavor! Man, they're gonna hate you.
Right. I mean, I hate you.
Yeah. We're rolling. PDT.
Yeah.
Welcome back again
Welcome back
to PDT.
Welcome in.
There it is.
The podcast. Willkommen for German speakers.
Episode 8.
Hey.
Or
Eight.
ein, except that's one.
Or ocho.
German. I mean ocho in
Oko.
German.
A
So,
lot of subtitles I have to put in now.
nah. If you have seen all of the previous episodes,
Which I can't imagine anybody but Reagan has. Hi, Reagan.
hey, how's it going? Thanks for listening. Thanks for returning. So welcome back to another episode of the PDT podcast. Pumpkin Dumpkin
Dingle.
Trumpkin.
Yeah! Pumpkin Dumpkin Trumpkin.
Perfect.
A+.
Pumpkin Dumpkin Trumpkin. Alright.
We are going to start adding more structure to this probably eventually.
Oh god, I hope it's soon.
Today is that day.
Is it?
I don't know.
don't think so. 'Cause
Yeah, probably
we're
not.
all pretty out of it
We're all
right
too
now.
Yeah,
busy lazy
really
to do
tired,
that.
really hungry.
Yeah.
I
Been
bought
working
hat
a lot.
Today. That's all I got going.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
It looks
So-
nice.
Thank you.
I thought it was a new hat.
Yeah, it's new. I bought
Sorry I
it.
didn't say anything.
I noticed.
Yeah, he said something.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah. Go,
Jack my stack. Go jack your stack, buddy.
yeah. So,
Here? You want me to do that here?
Please don't.
just when you edit this, just add in a lot of, like, noises. And yeah. And then we'll be like, oh, Graham, put it away. Jeez. Oh, that's disgusting.
It's just my Jello mold. Just shaking it around.
That's somehow worse.
Why'd you bring it to the podcast?
That's a million times worse.
Let's talk
really
about
bad.
something else.
Anything.
What do we got going on in the week, ladies and gentlemen?
I'm back from New York.
He's back from New York.
Nice.
These streets will make you feel brand new. Lights will inspire you.
He's going to talk about New York.
You welcome, OG. I made you hot, nigga. Catch me at the...
Probably
Just gonna
so.
evince-
Should I do that now or
In
later?
immense detail.
No. I'll
us-
kind of skim.
Give us a rundown.
It was
of
wonderful.
New York.
It was totally great.
The big
So,
apple.
drove up there, slept in my car in a Walmart parking lot, which was the plan, and it went swimmingly.
I'll
get,
point out
like,
that wasn't the plan.
He didn't get
That's
touched
really
by
sad.
truckers or anything.
No, but I nestled into my wrestling place right between two truckers and an RV, so
Hell yeah.
it was really nice.
He was nice and toasty.
Nice and toasty right in there. But that went well, and then we got to the batch party in Brooklyn, which was tight. It was super fun. We went to this rave, which was dope. Let's see, how many adjectives can I use to
Did
describe
you
this trip?
try acid?
No,
That's good.
I didn't try acid. But John got too drunk. Not really
I mean, it
too
was his
drunk.
bachelor
It was his
party.
bachelor party. It was an appropriate amount of drunk.
Still pretty drunk though.
Yeah. But I got to reconnect with a ton of old friends that I hadn't seen in years. And, had a bunch of, like, crises, that always come along with that. Such as, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah, get back to
Pretty
the juicy
standard.
Stuff. Come on.
Yeah, the good stuff. So, Hudson was beautiful. Troy was beautiful. They got married in this old foundry. Still had some of the machinery up in the ceiling, which was sick. I think that's my... I'll have to do an adjective count. But,
One.
no, it was... I've used dope, sick...
Did you use rad?
I don't know. I can't remember. It was rad, yeah.
Yeah, it was
There
real,
it is.
It was real heck.
It was
Not
real...
accurate.
It was real swifty,
sweet,
sweet,
tight,
tight. Oh, tight was another one I said.
wet.
We're at 8 now. Wet, sloppy, 9, gooey, 10. No, it wasn't really that. Yeah, let's stop at that nice round number.
Dissolving.
There was one day that I just treated myself like crazy. I got a massage. That was the same day that we all went. Like, the whole wedding party guys and girls all went to get mani-pedis. And it was sweet.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
We should get mani-pedis.
Actually, we should. They feel great.
Mani
And massages. Dude,
podcast.
we ought to have a couples massage day where the three of us show up. And then we also get mani-pedis.
Yeah, happy ending after all.
Yeah.
Happy ending is the mani-pedi. Hell yeah.
I bet you we could find a
spot
massage parlor in town with a happy ending place. Meaning a
place owned by
mani-ped
Johnny.
that also does mani-pedis.
Oh yeah, that place by Johnny.
Yeah, what was that, like the Disney font?
Yeah, it was pretty creepy.
It's real bad.
Super not good.
Anyway, New York was wonderful.
That's great.
I'm back to work, and that's pretty much
That's
it.
Big stink.
Nice.
Andrew, you bought a hat.
Yeah, I bought a hat. That's all that's going on, really.
Have you
Well,
turned-
It was your
You turned the
birthday.
big 2-1.
Yeah.
The
it
big
was my
12.
birthday.
One,
Didn't do a lot.
21.
Got barbecue.
21.
21. Oh, hell yeah.
I might leave.
Did you get,
A beer.
did you blow out your candles and get your wish?
I had one candle.
It was like a
Blow out
torch
your
Yeah,
on
the
top of his
candle
cake.
was like, I don't know. It was pretty tall.
It was huge.
It was like the candle you would put out if the power went out and you needed light. That
And they just stuck it in the cake.
big ass candle. My mom just found it. Apparently, she told me she just whittled off the bottom part, so it had that spot that keeps it secure in the cake, and she just went and just popped it in the middle. And
What a
then she
hero.
lit that, and I was like,
It was great. I
It was
liked
some themed cake.
yeah,
coconut themed.
yeah. The
Coconut.
theme was
Coconut.
The theme was
Coconut.
Andrew, but there was a coconut.
But I hear there is going to be a special themed cake later on.
Possibly, because Jackie wanted to take some icing or whatever she was going to use and draw Overwatch stuff on the front of it. But we were at the DMV waiting in line for like 5 years
Wait, why were you guys at the DMV? Were you getting
To
your
get his
new
license.
to get my new
license?
license. So, I guess this is my story from the week. It's going to be a very DMV kind of story. So,
Bad.
here I am the night before, and I'm like, okay, Mom, Dad, do I need to bring like extra paperwork to the DMV, or should my license still work? They don't need anything else, right? And they're like, no, just bring your license, it'll be fine. We'll throw in some money for you to get your new license. And I was like, thank you. So I had this haircut. I get my haircut, and then I'm like, all right, Jackie went along with me, because I was like, hey, you want to go with me? You can see Faith. Maybe your baby will be there. Then we can go to the DMV, and it won't just be me wanting to kill myself at the DMV. And she was like, okay. So we finished the haircut, we type in the address, and we do the thing where you're supposed to call on the phone to check in, get in line early. So we call, and the one in Mission, which is what I was close to, was like, there are currently 130 people in line ahead of you. The wait is going to be 2.5 hours. And I'm like, well, the DMV closes at 4:30. It's 2. So that won't work. So we were like, let's call the Olathe one. There's 100 people ahead of you. The wait is 1.5 hours. And I'm like, well, Olathe it is.
Terrible.
And so we get there, and there's clearly not 100 people there. And we're like, so we checked in online, or we checked in when we called the place, and they're like, oh, okay. What's the number they gave you? We were like, don't have one. And they were like, so they were like, well, when you texted, they should have given you this. And we were like, we called because the website said to call. And they were like, oh, we don't do that. And I was like, then who are we on the phone with? And they were like,
Holy crap.
I don't know. And I was like, I turned to Jackie Lynn, I'm like, it sounded like her. Anyway, so we had to get in the back of the line, and they usually give you like a number on the screen. They're like, now serving R308-2. And you're like, okay. And then she's just wrote my name. I was like, all right, so can I check in line? She's like, sure. What's your name? And I go, Andrew. She goes, okay, go wait in line. I was like, do I get a number?
Insulting as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so she's like, oh, we'll print those out after. She's like, at the end of the line, we're not sure if we'll get you guys in today. So if we can't, like, if we get to the point where I think we will, we'll turn all the people's names we've written down into like, the numbers, and we'll give them to you by calling your name out. I was like, okay. Fine. And then she's like, okay. And so she tells us to go sit down, and I'm like, I have a feeling something's off. So I walk up, and I'm like, what all do I need to get this done? I'm just renewing my license. And they're like, oh, well, you need a valid form of identification. I'm like, okay. And they're like, something with your name and address on it. And I was like,
So your
like
license.
my license. And they're like, well, technically that's expired. I'm like,
Oh,
no,
God.
it lasts through the end of today. And they're like, no, it doesn't. I'm like, so you're telling me that I have to illegally drive back to my house because my license is expired,
Right.
go grab like a piece of mail and come back? And they're like, yes. And I went, will you hold my place in line? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, thanks. And so
Thanks for
Jackie and I
serving.
hop back in my RAV4, drive half an hour home, because they're like, well, you want to make sure you're back in line in an hour. I'm like, just enough time for me to drive home and drive back out. So I get here, I grab a piece of mail, which was this thing my work sent me about, hey, time to start thinking about retirement. Start your savings now so that when you're older you have to do it. Whatever. Has my name and my address on the front.
You are turning 21, so you're getting to that age.
Yeah.
It's
And so, yeah.
creeping up on you.
Yeah, they're worried about my life insurance policies and retirement.
Yeah.
Either way,
Hell yeah.
I go back to the DMV, and they're like, okay, it's 4. And I'm like, okay, so this will work, right? And she goes, well, and I'm like, what? And she's like, magazines don't technically count because the DMV considers them junk mail. I'm like, retirement planning from my work is not junk mail. And she's like, it also doesn't have a date on it. I'm like, you didn't say it needed to have a date on it. And she's like, well, it does. And she's like, well, do you have like a banking statement? Do you have your car registration? And I'm like, my car registration has my, currently my dad's name on it because he's paying my auto insurance and all this other stuff. And so she's like, oh, well, then that won't work. And I'm like, thanks. And so we're going through this list of stuff. And I'm like, I bought something on Amazon last week. Will that work? And she's like, well, would it have your name and then your address and then a date on it? And I'm like, God, I hope so. And she's like, so you could probably go out and you have to print it out for me because I can't do it on a phone. And I'm like, thanks. And so she's like, there's a public library like a block this way, and there's an Office Depot a block further down from that. Jackie and I walk to the library. And then we're logging into the computer, and they're like, all right, what's your library card number? And we go, God! And so we leave, because we're not going to set up a library card for a library we don't live next to. So I walk to Office Depot, and I go, hey, because there's this line. And I look at everyone, I'm like, hey, I'm waiting in line at DMV. Is there any way I can print something out really quick? It's 2 pieces of paper, and then I will leave. And everyone in line is like, sure. So I get to the front, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to email this to you, and you need to print it out. And he's like, okay. I'm like, if you don't do it quickly, I might have to come back tomorrow to the DMV, and I'll be less happy then. And he's like, sounds okay. And so he prints out this thing, and it's got, at the top of it, it's 2 pages. One has the date on it, and the bottom one has my name and address. And I'm like, if they tell me this doesn't work, it's on 2 pieces of paper, I'm going to burn the DMV to the ground.
Yeah.
I get back, and she's like, yeah, that'll work. And I'm like, do I need anything else? And she's like, no, you should be good. I'm like, do you want me to, will you take cash? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, thank God. And so we go sit in our seats, and then they get down to like 4:25, and they're like, now, and then they're like, Andrew, and I'm like, 5 minutes to get helped before the person's gonna be like, bye. And so we get in like right under the wire, we get it done, I get that dumb receipt copy, turn to the lady, and I'm like, how bad do you want to go home? And she's like, really bad. I'm like, well, I can stretch this out a little longer so that I'm your last person helped, because there was no one behind me, and she just didn't realize. She's like, oh, thanks. And suddenly the DMV lady got really nice, and I was like, but I did that. So it was supposed to take me going to get a haircut and getting my license, because they said on Tuesdays there's usually no one there. Like, you should be in and out in like 30 minutes. So it should have taken me to get my haircut, get to DMV, and get back would be like 2.5 hours. Took 4 to 5. And I was like,
immensely bad.
and so I was like, man, my birthday's starting off real
Starting
good.
off on the right foot.
Real
It's
good.
real spicy.
So, if anyone wants to fix the DMV, put me on the... Ooh.
We
me
clipped
on
out. It's fine though. Big sneeze. Okay.
Is that
sorry.
what killed it?
No, we didn't clip. I mean, we just clipped.
Oh, okay.
Like it didn't stop
Oh.
recording.
Well, if you want to fix the DMV, I will go there and I will fix it by giving them a printing machine. No thanks.
Yeah, that's outrageous.
Yeah, it was real dumb.
outrageous.
So my birthday was not going great, and then I went to get food, and I got ribs, and I had a beer, and it was fine.
That sounds better.
Then
than
my
the DMV.
fan that I got as a gift was broken. So
How does it feel to be 21.
Pretty much the same, because I was already drinking, so...
No, he wasn't. It's not true.
I was already drinking.
Yeah, he was drinking.
Cops, get your butts over here.
My neighbor is a cop, and he's seen me drink, so... They don't care.
No,
That's dope.
that's not.
No, that's
Sick.
That's awesome. Dope as hell.
There's a few other stories from the week. I might tell one from work, but that's just not a story from the week kind of thing. That's like a whole event kind of story.
That's fair.
You got any stories from the week, boyo?
I have that story I told you guys last night about, or not last night, 2 nights ago, about the tech support I got from.
Yeah.
I could tell that story, but it makes me want to die.
Would you rather not tell it?
Do you want to die?
How much time do we have? Are
We should make this a short one,
you're
but
hungry.
we've only been going for 15 minutes.
Right, so it
I'm
can't
down
be
to
like
make this like
15 minutes.
we could make this like 45 instead of an hour.
Yeah, sure.
We'll see how it shakes out. I'll tell the story.
Okay.
So, my computer is a little old, and I noticed that it was running a little hot, as in it was using too many. Oh my good lord! It was using too many resources, and I found that it was my antivirus that was doing that. So, I tried a few things. I googled it, tried a few things. Those didn't work. So I finally got. I'll say the brand, McAfee antivirus. I'm using McAfee antivirus, or McAfee, whichever. McAfee. And I got on a chat, because it was like Sunday night. I got on a chat with some tech guy named Joe Joseph, who spoke in broken English, so I'm assuming his actual name is Ravi or Sanjay or
How
something
dare
like that.
you.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's probably Aziz.
Yeah, either way,
Sorry.
I hardly care. But he then basically said he couldn't do anything unless he took remote control of my computer, which I thought was immensely dumb. Because all I wanted him to do was to say, hey, have you tried this? And I'll say yes. And then say, hey, have you tried this? And I say yes. And then he says, hey, have you tried this? And then I'll say no. And then that will be the solution to my problem, because I'm not an idiot. And so he takes remote control of my computer. He then proceeds to try 2 of the things that I already tried with no success, because I tried them. So he tried them and it didn't work. And then he says, and then he proceeds to download a program onto my computer without asking, without telling me.
Was it porn?
No, I didn't.
No, I wish
A little bit.
It was some scanning software to find, quote, suspicious files, unquote. So he downloads it, then runs the scan, and it finds 4 files. And my gut reaction is to say, oh, if those are 4 files, then I want to know what they are, because maybe it's just some, like, they could be suspicious, doesn't mean they're a virus. And then he says, so the scan found 4 files, these are viruses. And I go, well, how do you know they're viruses? This is just to find suspicious files. And he goes, well, suspicious files are viruses. And I'm like, then why wouldn't they call it a virus? Why would this not be this wouldn't be a suspicious file scanner. This would be a virus scanner, which I thought I already had. But he goes, so I'll put you in touch with the virus removal team with McChafee, and they'll help you. And so at this point, I was very frustrated.
Naturally.
But I looked at the 4 files, and 2 of them belonged to games on my computer that I had downloaded from Steam.
Definitely viruses.
Right, which my gut reaction is saying, there's no way these are viruses, because I know exactly what these are, and I could remove them by myself, and I don't need help, and I don't think they're viruses. And he goes, if it's a virus, since it is a virus, if you leave it unattended, it could cause data loss or hardware failure. And I go, these aren't viruses, but let's say that you're right. Let's say these are viruses. I have an antivirus scanner that's sole purpose is to stop this from happening. So why am I paying for your program?
Bingo.
And there's this long pause, and you can see that he's typing, and then he stops, and then he's typing again, and then he stops, and then he's typing again, and finally he responds, and he says, well, no program can get 100% success on stopping viruses because they change, they adapt, they learn, they find new ways into systems. And I go, I get that, I understand. But I didn't download any viruses. I run 3 different things to help keep the upkeep on my computer strong. So your job is to stop viruses. Your software's job that I'm paying for is to stop viruses. Why are there suddenly 4 viruses? And he says, well, you might have clicked on something that's a virus that's a critical update or a search utility that you don't, it doesn't say it's a virus, but if you click on it, it downloads a virus. And I go, listen, I'm not an idiot, man. Like, I'm not some 9,000-year-old grandma who's never seen a computer before. And when something says, critical update, download this or your computer's at risk, I don't go, oh man, maybe they're right. I go, oh, this is a trick. I'm not going to click on this. And he goes, well, you need to talk to the virus removal team. And I go, no, hold on.
I don't need to do anything.
Listen, I got a hold of you for tech support. So not only are you saying that your software does nothing, but then you're now saying that the team that you are connected to is what I need to talk to, not you. So why did I talk to you? He goes, well, I wanted to help you find the vulnerabilities in your computer, blah, blah, blah.
That's not what you did.
And I go, that's not at all what you did. The vulnerabilities in my computer are that I'm running your program. Because apparently that's just a gaping hallway to let viruses in. If these are viruses. And he goes, well, they are viruses, so you need to talk to the virus removal team. And I go, no, I'm going to handle this on my own. You people are terrible.
Nice.
And
What did he say?
He was like, I'm sorry for your concern. And I go, no, you're not. You don't care. I don't care. I don't care about you. And then I was like, have a good night. And I closed it.
Nice.
And that was horrible. I haven't fixed it. I got rid of 2 of the files that were, quote, suspicious. Sorry, that were, quote, viruses, unquote.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so if they're viruses, they probably wouldn't have let me just uninstall them because...
I mean, they were games.
They were games.
Which they're like, oh, man, bummer you want to install our game. Maybe you'll come back later.
I was like, I probably will.
Yeah.
But apparently they're suspicious. So if
Highly
anyone's
sus
listening, if
games.
you have
Hot
McAfee,
Get something else.
don't. I know it's cheap.
Don't
but
have
don't.
it anymore.
But don't. I only have it because they just renewed my subscription. Which was poorly timed.
You know what antivirus software subscription I've got?
McAfee?
Nah, man.
None. Windows Defender?
Windows Defender.
Hell yeah. I bet that might
Doesn't do
work.
anything.
I mean, apparently neither does McAfee, so it's alright.
Yeah, I guess
Make-
it's a
make
lateral
cheap.
shift at best then.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell a story from work
Go
to fill
for it.
some time.
Go for it.
You guys have both heard this
So
story.
we'll do the band name game. Sorry, we'll
Yeah.
do a game.
Yeah, we'll do that after.
Yeah.
Okay, for those of you that don't know, even though we've discussed it about 3 or 4 times, I work at a shoe store. We have a bathroom meant for
Shoes.
employees.
Oh, yeah, this is a great story.
Oh, this is a really good story. I like this story a lot.
So here I am. I'm getting to the end of my shift. It's like half an hour left. And I'm like, okay, time to relax. Really, when you get to the last half hour of your shift, usually we'll have, there's just like 3 of us there. Other 2 people will take care of customers. That way you don't get stuck with a customer who's going to be there for an hour and you're there after your shift. So I get to that last half hour. I'm like, Valerie, if it's cool with you, I'm just going to start putting shoes away, doing all the stuff, like getting ready to leave. And she's like, yeah, Andrew, just put the shoes away, go home. And I was like, yes, permission to leave early. And so before all this, Valerie's helping these 2 young ladies walk in. They're looking for Birkenstocks because if you're under the age of 25 and you're coming into our store, you want Birkenstocks.
Yo, Burke's where it's at.
It's really not. That
Okay.
being said, I own a pair because I hate most men's sandals. At least those ones are okay.
That's-
Anyway, so these 2 young ladies walk in and one of them's trying on Birkenstocks, and Valerie, who's the other person who's working, is doing her job. And one of the ladies, hey, can I use your guys' bathroom? Because for some reason we haven't taken the sign off. And Valerie goes, yeah, fine, okay. Because we try not to let them in, because every time a customer uses it, something dumb happens, or the toilet's broken. And we're like, God. I've worked there a year. We've had to fix a toilet 7 times.
That's really dumb.
We need a new toilet.
It's really gross.
Not because of large bowel movements, but it's because people don't know how to flush a toilet, apparently. Also, our toilet's just bad.
You stick your hand in and just
grab
hold
the
it there.
poopies. You gotta take the
Throw them
poopies,
away.
and then you throw them in the trash.
You put them in the sink and run water.
Yeah, and then
That's
you
how you
waffle
do
stomp
it.
it down the drain.
Okay, so what happened? So Valerie's like, okay, and at this point, this is when Valerie's saying, all right, put the shoes away, then you can go home. I'm like, cool. And I'm like, you know what? Before I do that, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, just spend a little bit more time making money.
Yeah, I
don't
love
have
taking
enough.
dumps on the clock, man.
Yeah, it's like when I get permission to go home, and I'm like, you know, before I leave, I'm gonna go get paid to go to the bathroom.
Hell
It's
yeah.
great. So anyway, I'm like, all right, well, let's wait for this lady to come out. And so I start putting some shoes away, and I hear the door, our bathroom door open, because it's about as quiet as a gun. And so she leaves. Well, the lady trying on shoes goes, okay, so when my friend comes out of the bathroom, could you tell her I'm going to be out by this exit? Just come meet me there. I'm like, sure. So we're waiting around, and then I'm like, I'm going to use the bathroom before I put shoes away. She comes out, and we're like, hey, your friend said she's over by the exit. You should go meet her there. She's like, okay. And so I'm like, all right, I'm going to go use the bathroom before I get out, put all the shoes away. I walk back there, and I'm like, oh, no.
Oh no!
I'm like, hey, Valerie, you want to come here? And she's like, no, because it's the bathroom. And someone just left. I walk in, and she hears me go, oh, no. And I'm like, no, Valerie, you should come in here. And she's like, I don't want it. I'm like, no, Valerie, come in here. She walks in. And what you might expect is that the bathroom is a mess. It's actually not. It's very clean. But there is an object left behind.
A foreign intruder, if
Yes.
you will.
If you were to sit in the toilet seat, right between where your feet would be, there was a phallic shape. A dildo.
Suction cup.
Yeah, it's a suction
cup
cup
dildo.
just right on the floor. And we have this thought where we're like,
How many inches are we talking?
far too many. More than should be
That's a
necessary.
bold one.
Yeah. And so Valerie sees that, and I'm like, so what's protocol here, Valerie? What do we do exactly? And she's like, well,
Do we flush it?
do we flush it like a dead fish? So she's like, well, and before she could get anything out, I go, oh my God, can we call the district manager? And she's like, why would we do that? I'm like, well, manager is on vacation. Valerie's assistant manager and very qualified to do this. So I'm like, all right, Valerie, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to call district manager. And we're going to say, you're helping a customer. So I can't call Sean because he's on vacation. So this is all I can call. And so Valerie's like, we're not doing that. I'm like, you know what? I'll put it on speaker. You can listen. You don't have to say anything. I'll just call her. And she's like, you know what? Okay, fine. So we do. And we call her and she goes, hello? Because usually we don't call her. She calls us. I'm like, oh, hey, Heather, it's Andrew. She's like, oh, hey, Andrew, how's it going? And I'm like, well, I got a situation here. I was like, normally I would just ask Valerie or Sean. Sean's on vacation. Valerie's helping a customer. She's like, oh, okay. I'm like, so I tell her the whole story about ladies come in, one leaves, while one's in the bathroom. She leaves. I walk into the bathroom. I tell her about the dildo. And Heather, there's this long, and I end up by going, and so I walk in, and there's something on the floor, and she goes, okay, and she's thinking, oh man, someone left the poopies on the floor. And I was like, so there's a dildo on the floor. There's this long silence. I'm like, I'm not joking. There's actually a dildo on the floor in our bathroom right now. And she has this, you can hear this just like, over the phone, like, man, why do I do this job? And I was like, so what, I want to point out before I say this, I know protocols, throw the dildo away. But what I asked Heather was,
touch it.
so, Heather, what's protocol here? Do we just, like, chase the girl down the hall with the dildo and say, "Hey, you left this."
Yeah.
Or like,
Excuse me.
Hey, lady!
leave it there until Sean gets back from vacation in like 5 days, or like what? And she-
Absolutely leave it there.
yeah, that's what I thought we should
Hey,
do.
can I use your bathroom?
Yeah, hell yeah, you can.
Go right ahead.
That's great because we're supposed to have a store meeting in the next couple days, which would have been
yeah.
great for other employees to come in from other stores.
Excuse me, point of order. We found a dildo in our bathroom.
We're leaving it there for Sean when he gets back. No one touch it.
Nobody touched that. 1, for health reasons. 2, for it's just great.
Comedy reason.
And so Heather goes, "Well, Andrew, I don't want you to chase a girl down the hall with a dildo saying you left this." She goes, "I want you to throw it away." And I'm like, okay, I was like 100% sure that's what you wanted me to do. I just wanted to call you to see what you thought about our story. And she was like, "Andrew, you can't be," and then I hung up.
Yeah, boy!
And so we got like a whole roll of paper towels before we lightly grabbed it and tossed it in the trash. You could tell it had not been used.
Yeah. Just as a disclaimer.
Which just means this girl walked down the hall to Spencer's, bought a large dildo.
What color was it?
It was black.
Yeah!
And then she's like,
Classic.
what am I going to do with this? I got it. I'll go suction cup it to the floor of a bathroom in a shoe store. That being said, I'm
Perfect.
glad she made the choice.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a great story.
So, if there's a moral of the story,
Do this more.
yeah.
Because
I had
people
a
do
very
this,
real
please.
thought where I was like, man, I really want to go to this to Bed Bath & Beyond, or like,
So, like, pass it on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Make it like a mall thing where you're like, someone left the dildo. We got dildo.
Jeez.
dildoed. Or go to JCPenney and leave one in all of the changing rooms.
Oh, God.
That'd be amazing.
Leave it in the men's changing room. Watch them be like, oh,
Yeah.
Ooh.
Only the men's changing room.
like the really big
Is
one
this-
that's always at the
I
end.
feel like this awoke something.
I've been awakened.
Yeah.
But
Man,
yeah,
that's a
that's my
great
other
story.
story from the week.
That's a really good story.
That's
Yeah.
freaking great. What crazy capers and shenanigans
Now,
you get into?
what was the profile on these girls? Like, did they look like mall rats, or like, did they look like they spend a lot of time at Spencer's?
No, they looked like
Bad
people who would go shopping in the mall, but not like the people where you're like, man, this person walks the mall every day. Just like this person was probably shopping at like JCPenney's or
And just thought it was a great idea.
And they were
Which
like,
it was.
oh man, I saw Spencer's. I'm like, I want to buy a dildo and leave it in someone's bathroom. And the person was like, no. And they were like, I'm going to do it anyway. So when the person went in the bathroom, they were like, oh my god, they were serious. And they're like, can you tell my friend to meet me at the
Yeah,
exit?
exactly. I wonder how much that thing cost her.
Not
I-
enough.
Google it, but
Yeah, I don't want to
You
Google
don't want
that.
to Google.
Don't Google that.
You don't want to have
Google
in your
that.
Google search history dildo prices.
Black dildo Spencer's.
Chubby Gib. Don't Google that.
Life pro tip: don't Google that.
Don't do a Google on that.
All right, what's the next order of business? We got a few more minutes.
So I prepared the band name game. If we want to do that.
Sure.
I don't know if they're dramatic readings or something else that we want.
Yeah, we
to
got
do.
3 left. They're shorter than the last one by far, but there's 3 prepared. And I
Okay.
already have music.
I have
if you want to do that.
40 bands.
I have
Give us a few.
I will do 7 of each.
Okay.
Well, no, not
Cool.
7 of each. I will do 14 total.
Yeah.
Some of them, there may be more real ones, there may be more fake ones.
Okay. Okay.
So how this
Alright,
is going to work,
alright,
I'm going to say band, and you, kids at home,
You. Okay.
can play along and guess if the band is real or if the band is fake. Are you okay?
Yeah, I was just gonna steal your line and be like, "Play along at home, kids."
Yeah.
But then I was like, "No, he's already saying that. You
I'm
should
in
stop."
the middle of saying it, yeah.
Sorry,
So you can feel free to play along at home. I don't know how you would.
kids.
But you can take this game and take it to your friends and all your coworkers and schoolmates.
Especially if your friends or schoolmates are us. That way we can win.
Yeah.
And they will
'cause I know.
marvel at your intelligence.
Yeah, and then say, hey, have you heard PDT podcast? This is where this comes from. And then they'll be like, no, that sounds really gay. And I'll be like, anyway, so, band name game.
Boom, 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 boom.
So the first one will be the band. You may know these, like you may recognize the name if they're real. If they're fake, you may not recognize them because they're not real.
Okay.
The first one is Tropical Zombie.
Ooh, I like that.
I like it a
Tropical
lot
zombie.
too.
If they are real, I've never heard of them.
I'm gonna say they're real because I really want them to be
Yeah,
real.
I kind of want it to be real too. I'll say it's real.
I'm gonna say that I don't think it's real, but I'm gonna say it's real because I really want it to be real.
I'm gonna say I think it's real, and I think I also want it to be real.
It is real.
Yeah.
It came up on my Discover Weekly
Nice.
for Spotify.
Spotify.
And I'm not gonna put a song in because copyright. So hey.
Okay.
The next one is the next one. Could it be real? Could it be fake? It is a whole ton of missiles.
Like WH or HOLE.
WH.
If it was an HOLE,
Whole ton of missiles.
Whole ton of missiles.
It's just like a really weird Hole cover band. Whole ton of missiles.
I'm sorry. Hole is a band.
Yeah, HOLE. Courtney Love.
Oh yeah, that's right. Man, that's a dumb name for a band.
No, it's not. It's a good band name.
I know
fine.
you like it. It's dumb. Anyway,
Alright.
whole ton of missiles, not whole ton of missiles.
Right.
Whole ton of missiles.
Whole ton of missiles.
Is it real? Is it fake? That's the name of the game.
I feel like.
Of the cake.
I want this one to be fake, but I think.
Can
it's
we
real.
also? Did you write down what the genre is, or like loose
Well,
genre?
if it's fake, I don't. I
Well,
didn't
no, but
decide.
I'm saying like if we got it right, can we then guess what genre they are if they are real?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Whole ton of missiles, I'm gonna guess, is in fact real, and
I
they
don't want it to be real, but I think it is.
and they play complex
Wrong.
instrumental music.
Nah, it's fake.
Dang it!
I'm
No.
It's fake.
Yeah, it's a bad band name.
Yeah, it's not
I was
amazing.
gonna say if it was real, it's bad.
It's not amazing. Amazing.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Amazing.
The next one is that's two. Next one, let me mark that we've done those. And which one? A whole ton of missiles. So the next one is rainbow butt monkeys.
I love it. Rainbow butt monkeys.
Is their mascot that puppy monkey baby from the Mountain Dew commercials?
That thing is weird.
That's a nightmare.
Yeah, so
it is.
strange.
I can't stand that.
I'll say I think that one's fake. It feels fake to me, but I know like there are some really weird true band names. These are good. Like these are riding the line. I feel like pretty well, but I'm gonna say it's fake.
Andrew?
Man, I don't even care. I guess fake.
It's real.
Ah!
It's the original name of Finger 11.
Oh God.
Yeah. They were the Rainbow Butt Monkeys,
They should have left it.
and then they were Finger 11. So, yeah, they should.
Yeah, I actually like the band name Rainbow Butt Monkeys way better than Finger 11.
Well, but that's because you know what Finger 11 sounds like.
Yeah, that's
probably part of
true.
it, yeah.
That's true. Okay. Next.
Rainbow Butt Monkeys.
Oh, is it Rainbow?
No.
Rainbow Butt Monkeys.
Right. It's Rainbow Butt Monkeys.
Rainbow BUTT as in ass monkeys.
Right.
Okay.
Rainbow Ass Monkeys,
Best kind
alternatively.
of monkey.
Best kind of-
We were promised jetpacks.
Dude, I was actually gonna cite. It's real.
Yeah.
I was actually
knew that
gonna
one
cite
too.
this band as a. So when you mentioned whole ton of missiles, I was like, that kind of sounds like we were promised jetpacks. But yeah, they're from Ireland or Scotland. Scotland. That's
Yeah.
right. They're super good.
They're pretty good, yeah. So Andrew, any guesses?
I already knew that one, so yeah.
Okay, so that one's real, obviously, as Graham knows them.
So
Well,
they-
doesn't know them, but is aware of their existence. The next one is Sake, Sake, Sake.
I love that. That's really good.
Is it Hollinsville?
It's just
not.
Hanzo.
It's not Hanzo.
I'll say that's. I really want that one to be real, but it feels fake to me.
I'm gonna say it's
You know
real
what?
for contrast.
Yeah, I guess I'll stick with fake, but
Yeah.
I hope it's real.
It is fake.
Ah, dang it. I mean, I got it, but I wanted it to be real.
All of these band names are ones that I made up. So,
I like that one.
next is L of Funts.
Oh my god.
If it's real,
How's it
upset.
spelled?
EL space of space PHANTS.
Elephants.
L of Fence.
I'm gonna say it's fake because I want no part of it.
I was gonna say it's real. I really like. Oh man, I hope that's real. I'm gonna say it's real just out of sheer. Oh man, is somebody speaking my language if that's
Prayer.
real? Yeah.
It's fake.
Dang it!
Good.
No.
There's no way that one's real.
I mean, yeah. Unless
We
I
could
decide
start-
to make a band
Yeah, we
called
could-
Elephants.
I love it.
I love Fence. So the next
Doesn't roll off the
one-
tongue very well,
it's,
though.
It's a little clunky.
Yeah.
It's the double, the F, then the PH.
Yeah, of fence.
Zapes and Zounds.
Why do I picture them all wearing those weird, like, flat sunglasses that are just the one,
Yeah,
solid
like
band?
Powerline
Yeah,
from Goofy
yeah.
Movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Oh,
I
hell
love that
yeah.
that's the reference that you think of.
But that's the only one that I mean.
There are others,
There are others.
but it's
okay,
like,
Geordie
no,
LaForge.
Goofy Movie. No,
Goofy Movie.
I
Absolutely
mean,
Goofy Movie.
Powerline from Goofy
Yeah.
Movie.
Goofy Movie.
I mean, he did wear it best, I think.
you're right.
it's a great movie.
But I'll say that one. That one seems fake to me. No, it seems real to me because it doesn't seem like a band name that you would make up.
It doesn't sound like a band name that I would make up.
Yeah.
So you're playing the meta game here?
Yeah, playing the metagame.
I'm
So
gonna
what-
say it's false, just because I really want there to be a band like that.
So what's the genre of Zapes and Zounds,
If it's real,
if it's real?
Bad.
it's like bad like jazz fusion or something.
Oh,
That's
sure.
probably... Yeah, it's fake.
Yeah, I got it.
It's fake.
But Zapes and Sounds does sound like a bad jazz fusion band, right?
Sort of, yeah.
Zapes and
It
Sounds.
seems
I
like
like
one
to
of
play
those-
movie from
one of
they play
those-
music from the Goofy movies.
It's one of those ones that sounds like they would take, like Frank Sinatra songs and remix them.
Oh, could be.
Yeah.
Dude, but hold on. This just gave me a really good idea.
Just to
Why don't we
remix
name a band Vapes and Vounds?
Why?
Vape.
Why is that a good idea?
Wait, I just realized. I guessed it was real, but it was. You made
it
it
was
up.
fake. Yeah, I made it up. Next.
I had it backwards in my head.
Yeah, you bingus.
Vegas.
Pronounced Vegas.
Get him, eat him.
Yee.
That sounds like. I'm gonna say that one's real.
It sounds real.
And
I
I'm
hope
gonna
it's
say
fake.
it sounds like it's probably like a real scene band, like early 2000s Hot Topic style. That's my final answer.
It's what genre?
Scene band, early 2000s Hot
Oh,
Topic
yeah,
style,
that's
like emo maltcore.
It's a indie band. It's real indie band. It's sort of mid aughts, and it's sort of 90s indie.
Oh,
Surprisingly,
really?
yeah.
Huh.
They're pretty good.
Cool. Well, can't judge a book by its cover.
it's true.
I'm wrong.
Don't you? Feel
That's kind of the name of this game, though.
a real bangus. Yeah, judge a book by its cover. That's
Judge
the
a
name of the game.
band by its name.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. Okay.
I mean, who would have thought the band named Limp Bizkit could produce such
I'm sorry. Do you
beautiful
mean-
poetry?
Do you mean Limp Bizkit?
Yeah,
Because there's a difference.
Limp Bizkit.
Bizkit. The next one is Champagne of Wines.
I love that.
I hate that.
Champagne of wines.
Is wines W-I or W-H?
It's W.I.
Champagne of wines.
Makes a difference.
So what genre do you hear when you think of Champagne of Wines?
I hear like I think I'm just thinking about Oasis because of Champagne Supernova.
Right.
But I'll say it sounds like kind of a Phoenix, like kind of like indie pop band.
Champagne of Wines.
Champagne of
Yeah,
Wines.
kind of a
kind of like a
1975.
yeah, like
yeah.
actually sounds like what the 1975 should have been called.
Yeah, Champagne of Wines.
Champagne of Wines, or just like shitty Champagne of Wines.
Boy, tell us how you really feel about the 1975.
I did.
You don't like them. It is fake.
Ah, dang it.
But yeah, so I feel like
I like it though.
if this ever becomes relevant, we're just gonna get a bunch of
It's pronounced.
band names. If
Relevant.
you listening decide to steal this, steal any of these band names, just credit me. I really don't care. I'm not gonna use any of these. But you probably won't because they're bad.
Some of them are good. I like
next
sake,
one.
sake.
Sake.
Sake, sake.
Did you get that from that time I was running around Overwatch saying my voice line 50,000 times?
No. Okay. The next one is Dump Trump Holidays.
Dump Trump holidays. What?
I wish that was Dump Truck Holiday.
That's kind of what I thought you were gonna say.
Dump Trump Holidays.
I mean, if that's a band, it's a very new band, I
I
think.
mean, Trump's been around for a while. People hated him for a while.
But yeah, I feel like "dump Trump" though as a catchphrase has only become like a real thing since he became the president of the United States, though. But I'll say it's fake.
You're assuming it has to do with like Donald Trump. Trump is a word.
I guess, yeah, like a
Yeah.
real Trump card.
Yeah.
You've activated my Trump card.
My Dump Trump
My
Holidays
dump
card.
Trump holidays card. I'll say fake though.
I'm going to say real and hope I'm wrong.
It is fake.
Good.
Got him.
It is fake. I made that one.
Dump Trump holidays.
Dump Trump Holidays. The next one is Beach House.
Really?
Yeah, I wrote that one down, but I know it's real, and you know it's real.
Beach House is really
Let's
good.
skip that one. I like Beach House. The next one is Opus Orange.
Ooh. That's a toughie. It's a real toughie. Sounds real to me.
Sure.
Shall I guess a genre?
Yeah, go for it.
Opus Orange. Sounds like ooh, is it a rap group?
No.
Oh. Is it fake? Because I guessed it was real.
It's real.
Well, I guessed rap group and that was wrong.
Kind of indie folk pop, a little
Okay.
bit. California band, you know.
Opus Orange.
Opus
Makes
Orange,
sense.
Yeah. Free advertisement for Opus Orange. Opus Orange, if you're listening, if you'd like to sponsor us, that'd probably be pretty meaningless.
Yeah, got him. Freaking
Go a long ways
toasted.
for me.
The next one is Shock and Claw.
That.
Oops.
I think it's real, but I don't really like it very much. But I think that they are a like kind of like rootsy like country rock band.
Shock and Claw.
Yeah.
Andrew, what do you think?
Kind of the same thing where I think it's real, but I don't like it.
That's fair. It is fake.
Ah.
Good.
Which is, yeah, it's probably a good thing. The next one is Soft White Underbelly.
Ooh.
I want that to be real.
Very very
Take your time. Sound it out.
what's the word?
Sensual.
Sensual.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell
Or not just that, but like it's kind of not visceral, but it almost sounds like there's gonna be some violence coming. I'll say it's real, and that they are an ambient band.
Soft White Underbelly is real, and it's the original name for Blue Oyster Cult.
Oh.
So not really an ambient band. Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
Let's see. How many have we done? Quite a few. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, we're gonna do one
Do
more.
one more.
Una mas.
Grand finale.
The last and final, which is redundant, is the Tony Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza.
Oh, hell.
Read that again.
Yeah.
The Tony Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza.
Oh, hell yeah. That's gotta be real, just because it's too good of a band name to not be real.
What? Give me a
Genre?
Yeah.
Man. What are you thinking? I don't know. Tony Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza. They sound like... I mean, if they're a dance band, I feel like that's too obvious. I feel like they're playing a long con here. I'm gonna say they're a tropical goth band.
Tropical goth. Well, if that's real, I'll be shocked. The Tony Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza is a real band
Yes.
from Tennessee. They're mathcore,
Oh,
sort of
nice.
metal grindcore.
That's
sort of,
dope.
yeah.
That's sick,
It's
man.
pretty alright.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a
A
fantastic
plus
band name.
there. A plus.
Hey, Tony Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza, if you're listening, you got a great heckin' band name, man.
Yeah, for real.
It's
Hats
comical
off.
looking at the Wikipedia page for that band because it'll be like, this group is toured with Cattle Decapitation,
Dude, Cattle Decapitation is brutal.
Veil of Maya, Full Blown Chaos. It's
Tony
Danza
Danza.
Tap Dance Extravaganza.
That's so good, dude.
That's
I love that.
super great. Okay,
Let's wrap it up.
so we have the final question. Well, no, we'll wrap up with the question, and then question from last time and question for next time. So the question from last time came from Yaki Comic Book Killa Meyer.
Son.
Son Meyer. She asked if you could have a themed cake of some kind.
Money is no option.
Money is no object. The law of physics is no object. What would it be?
Oh, money is no... Okay, I thought you were
it doesn't
going
matter
somewhere
the
else.
cost. Doesn't matter the cost. It doesn't matter the possibility or the practicality of it.
I would have... I gotta think about this for a second. Have you guys thought about this?
I've got mine, yeah.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and start with yours.
So, you remember the movie Avatar?
Yeah.
So there's those islands that are like floating.
Yeah.
I would have a cake made out of that.
And it's
Made out
floating?
of the floating rock.
I mean, it would be
Made of cake.
It would be it would be like this gigantic like Pandoran landscape with those as part of it, all made out of cake.
That would be sick.
It would be really immensely impractical.
Yeah, very.
That would take like a 3D printer.
Able to print cake.
And
Dude, I want to
lack
invent
of
that. That'd be
physics.
awesome. That'd be sick.
That'd be cool.
A 3D printer that prints cake.
I heard there's a 3D printer that can print pizza. Like edible
I
things.
would not eat that pizza.
I don't think I would either.
I'm so into that.
I mean, I can't
I'm
imagine
hungry.
it's good.
Man,
It's
in
probably
like
bad.
7 hours,
Right.
I could eat a
I
pizza.
just gotta wait for this thing to 3D print it.
Then I gotta heat it up.
I gotta heat it up with my baddie heat.
Graham, if you're ready, go ahead, because I got nothing.
Okay, mine is, it's a Dr. Steve Brule themed birthday cake, and it's literally just a life-size replica of Dr. Steve Brule, but he's made out of cake,
Why?
and you just eat him. Because I
Really
saw him on that
cannibalism.
PS4 control over there, that's all I can think about.
So like head to toe.
Head to toe, life-size.
Steve Brule.
Steve Brule.
How
Yeah.
actually concerning that would be if it
Ooh,
looked like him
and
just
he's
dug
got
into
like
it.
10 preloaded voice lines.
Question:
While you're
where would you
eating
take
it?
the first slice out of that wouldn't make you seem like a crazy murderer?
Dick.
Yeah,
Dragons.
because you'll look more excited if you just and just stab
You
right
crouch
into
down
them.
and just stab at it.
Yeah.
Take that, John C. Riley.
John C. Riley.
Boy,
John Cena Riley.
Nothing to do with that cake.
Andrew, you got it? Got one?
Move
No.
on.
Well,
He wants an MNU themed cake.
Hey, I want the opposite of that.
He wants a Satan themed cake.
That'd be
Because
sick.
the opposite of MNU is Satan.
The opposite of MNU is alcohol.
That's true. Also known as Satan.
Sure.
Sorry, private college institution.
Whoops.
Christian. Oops. Gonna
Whoops.
probably just ignore that. I don't care. So the question for next week is, Graham, are you listening?
next week.
Next week's question. How many infants could you outdrink?
Are you talking like alcohol or
yes.
just water?
So,
Okay. Oh my
you
God.
have an endless stream of infants. We're talking like couple years old.
That's
that-
not an infant. That's a toddler.
Okay, toddler. We'll say how many.
Do they
toddlers
drink till
did you
they
outdrink?
die?
They drink until they can no longer drink.
So die.
So maybe
Die, maybe pass
Maybe
out.
pass out.
If they pass out, if they throw up, they're out.
Oh, if they throw up, they're out. Okay.
Sure. So how many toddlers could you beat in a drinking contest? We'll say it's beer.
Okay, it's beer. There it is.
Oh man. So we have to wait and answer it next week. Is that right?
We're gonna answer. We can discuss it, but we'll finalize
I was gonna.
answers.
Yeah. We'll finalize answers next week.
Next week.
Okay.
We'll finalize
I was gonna say if like liquor was included in this, I feel like it would just be infinite babies.
We could have degrees where it's like liquor being like there's a liquor side and then there's a beer side. How many beer outdrink toddlers? and how
Actually,
many-
I was gonna say I feel like a baby would instantly barf at the taste of liquor, but
Probably.
I heard about was this from like a novel or real life where somebody would like get a little bit of scotch in their finger
oh yeah,
and dip
for
it
toothaches.
Yeah, for toothaches.
That's real.
Yeah.
I mean that there was that was even in some places, if they didn't have like working heat where it was really cold, they'd give kids like small bits of alcohol to keep them warm. So those would be the challenge. But
Yeah, those are the
regular
heavyweights there.
generic toddler.
regular
Pick a
stupid
toddler
generic
off the
toddler.
street.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
many of them could you outdrink?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah,
That's what we're looking for.
I'm thinking probably
This question's gonna make a great dramatic read-in.
yeah. It is.
That is true.
Like I think I could probably outdrink
Another.
dozens of them, but
You're saying at least 24?
yeah.
I think I would have to figure out how many toddlers it would take to finish a beer. And then how many beers could I
Well, yeah,
drink.
but we can narrow it down over the week. as
Yeah,
we discussed.
I'm just saying that's
Yeah,
how
we'll
I
go
would
get
try
some
and figure it out.
toddlers.
Yeah, we'll test it
We'll
out.
force feed them alcohol.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's decided. That puts us right around an hour.
Sweet.
So
Thank you all for listening to another episode of PDT, the PDT podcast.
the PDT podcast, the
Pumpkin Dumpkin
pumping toddlers
with drink.
with drink.
Except that's PTD.
Oh, pump and drink toddlers.
Yeah.
Pumping drink toddlers.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Chug-a-lug, chug-a-lug. Make you wanna holler, hidey-ho. Burns your tummy, don't